Hey crew, welcome to another Level Up Tactic. So right now, let's talk about chat. And I am not just talking about the chat conversations that you're having online, but the conversations that you have to get people to buy your low ticket offers or to get people to jump on a call with you to talk about high ticket offers. There are so many marketers out there and appointment setters out there that are trying to grab our attention, and they're all doing it the wrong way. It doesn't bug me any more than when someone sends me this big, massive 500 word text message to join their podcast, or something starts with, hey, I know you're busy, so I'll get to the point. These sort of templated messages that just don't build any rapport, don't build any trust, and don't get people wanting to buy your stuff. Now, when it comes to mastering chat, rapport and trust is the key factor to getting people interested in you. And don't get me wrong, I am a big fan of having a virtual assistant or a team member or sales member do a lot of this work, but you've got to make sure that you're training them correctly if you are working with a team, so that they're doing the right things to get the message across that you want them to share, so that people are ready and eager to buy your stuff. The number one thing that I want you to remember when it comes to having conversations is that you cannot stop watering the garden. And this was the biggest thing that I had to get into when I first started. It's all about consistency. Yes, you've got to be natural. Yes, you don't need to, or you don't want to sound like a robot, but you've got to make sure that you are consistently having conversations with new people and sending out a message to new people, making those touch points so that you're constantly bringing traffic into your business. This is, one of the big things I see with a lot of level uppers that are just starting out, is that they're so focused on content and throwing content piece after content piece out into the world, but they're constantly talking to the same audience. So if you're creating content right now and you're not getting a lot of engagement, or you're not getting any booked calls, I have one question for you. How many new people have you added to that social media platform or whatever channel it is? How many people have you added to that in the past week, in the past month? If you can tell me that you're adding 10 people a day into your network, or you're having conversations with 10 new people, then you are on track to land clients with your content. If you're not adding people at the top of your funnel and you're producing content to attract them, there's no one there to watch your content. Sorry, crew. So please make sure that you're doing that. If you do have a template, if you do have a script, please make sure that you use it flexibly and train your team to use it flexibly as well. Scripts are fantastic because they help people understand the language that you want to use, the messages that you want to get across, the questions that you want to ask to lead people to purchasing your products. But you don't want to sound like a robot. You want to make sure that you're responding to your clients, that you're listening and editing, or your team is listening and editing. In other words, they're going, hey, cool, this person just asked me a question about how my day was, as an example. I'm going to respond back to that before I send them the next message or before I ask them the next question. Really, really make sure that you are reciprocating the relationship. This is exactly how social media works, and this is how our brains work. If someone asks you a question and they go, oh yeah, great, oh by the way, and they throw another question at you, doesn't really make you feel like it's a reciprocating conversation, right? So you've got to make sure that you're playing that game with people where you are actually having a genuine conversation. If they ask you something or they share something with you, you've got to make sure that you're listening and responding. Active listening skills coaches, for those of you that know. The other thing that you need to remember to do is lead them. And this is one of the biggest issues that I see with people when they're trying to close more leads, book more calls, sell more coaching packages, is that they're just expecting people to turn around and go, hey, this has been a really great chat. I'd love to talk to you about the coaching services that you offer. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that doesn't happen, but you're the coach. You've got to lead the person to where you want them to go. So what do I mean by that? Take a look at how you can identify pain points. How can you find your hungry audience? What can you ask people to lead them to talking about a challenge or a problem that you can help them solve? As soon as you identify what that problem is, then you're going, hey, look, I've got something that might work for you, and you might be selling them a low ticket offer, or you might be turning around and going, hey, I feel like this conversation might deserve some more attention. Why don't we jump on a call and have a chat? Yeah, completely non-salesy, especially if you're selling a high ticket offer. Remember, you're only selling the next step. So the next step is not, hey, look, I've got this really great 12-week coaching program that's $10,000 and going to help you create success. No, it is, hey, I'm really liking this conversation. Sounds like you've got a problem. Why don't we book a session and have a bit of a chat to see how we could work together and how we could potentially get you to where you want to be? Yeah. You're letting them know that, yes, obviously the phone call is about a potential opportunity. And of course, they're going to read into that anyway. Nobody believes that they're going to get something for free. But we're not being pushy, and we're not imposing pricing or anything like that on them before we've qualified them, before we know we want to work with them, and before we know that we can really genuinely give them a transformation. Those are the keys. Now, what I would like to offer to help you with this, and I know I just said that I don't like scripts, or well, I don't like them being copied and pasted, but I have a chat map, exactly what our team does, whether it's through a group, whether it's through organic chat, whether it's through the phone or a general conversation in public. You might be talking to your local checkout chick. I've got a process step by step that I can share with you to help you get to those calls, to help you close more sales and get you to where you want to be faster. So if you want a copy of the chat map, fully step-by-step script that you can edit and play with to close more sales, then comment worksheets below and my team will get them over to you. Hope you've enjoyed this level up tactic, and